will be the face of boxing in 2024? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red. Sports, let's talk about it. Alright, y'all, so I have a question for the boxing community. That is, who will be the face of boxing in 2024? The year is almost over. Had a pretty decent year of boxing this year. And I think that there are a lot of fights that could be made in 2024. I just want to give my take on who I feel like will be the face of boxing in 2024 for anybody listening.
Showtime is not going to renew the contract with the PBC. So it's out there in the general public. I know a lot of people are still in denial, saying that they signed Canelo Alvarez. Those reports have been solidified by individuals like Dan Raphael and others who have also said that Showtime is not going to renew the contract with the PBC.
Alright, so who could possibly be the face of boxing in 2024? Well, let's start out with who was the face of boxing in 2023, because I think a lot of people are conflicted on this one. There's a lot of votes, I think, going in for Gervonta Davis, the way he started the year off, beating Ryan Garcia in the fashion that he did. I think there's a lot of votes going in for Terence Crawford and the way that he dismantled Errol Spence Jr. a couple of months back. A lot of votes always going in for Canelo Alvarez because he's been the breadwinner of boxing for the past few years. And then you got names like Tyson Fury. He's kind of been quiet this year. You got names like Anthony Joshua. You got other names out there that could be mentioned. But I think for 2023, if I had to pick one, I would have to say that Gervonta Davis was the face of boxing for 2023. Now, I know Canelo is the breadwinner for the sport of boxing, but I think Gervonta Davis and the fashion that he's been beating guys and the fact that he kicked the year off with such a wonderful event, and he won the event in the fashion that he did, I think you would have to give it to Gervonta Davis. Now, Terence Crawford had a great showing versus Errol Spence, but I think because Terence Crawford's resume has been flippy-floppy, throughout his entire career, that I would not give him the face of boxing for this year. Now, possibly next year, he could possibly be the face of boxing. If he beats Errol Spence again, and he potentially gets that Canelo Alvarez fight in 2024, he would have had two fights in the same year. And who could say that he's not the face of boxing after that? Nobody would be able to argue it.
I'm so depressed I can't even blink.
Now, Gervonta Davis pretty much had two fights within 1 year. That's why I'm giving it to him, because he didn't have two fights in 2023, but he had a fight at the end, I believe, of 2022 and a fight in 2023. Now, I know everybody's going to say, well, how can you leave Canelo out of all this? Well, Canelo, I think he's been kind of lackluster for the past year. He's just been doing his normal. He hasn't been going above and beyond what he normally does. So, the guys that are going above and beyond what they normally do, that's who I'm going to make the face of boxing. So if I gave it to anybody for 2023, it's going to be Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, 2024, like I said, there's a lot of big matchups that could potentially take place. The problem with that is, earlier I played a clip talking about what's going on with Showtime Boxing. I think if Showtime actually does drop the PBC, it opens the floodgates for everybody. I think because PBC had Showtime backing them, that they had a lot more exposure than everybody else. So, it is what it is on that front. But I think that it opens the door for everybody and their mama to become the face of boxing in 2024 if Showtime Boxing does drop PBC. Now, who would I more likely lean toward? You know, you're always going to have the Canelo Alvarez as probably the front runner. Then you got Terence Crawford. Errol Spence could potentially beat Terence Crawford in a rematch. That could put him back at the top of the mountain. You got Gervonta Davis, and them talking about him possibly fighting Teofimo Lopez or Shakur Stevens. And I think if he fought and beat either one of those guys, he's right back at the top of 2024. You know, here's the thing about, you know, fighters and being the face of boxing. For a long time, the face of boxing was between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. And I think Manny Pacquiao always beat Mayweather out, even though Mayweather outsold Manny Pacquiao on pay-per-view sometimes. Now, a lot of times it was even, but sometimes Mayweather would outsell him.
And I'm going to spread them on your pussy ass. Hey, you won't get these $11, bitch.
But the difference between him and Pacquiao was Pacquiao was a global superstar. A global superstar. Mayweather was just big in America. But if you took them two guys outside of America and you put one in the arena in, let's say, the UK, and you put the other one in the arena in UK, I think the one that would have sold out would be Manny Pacquiao. I think he would have did great numbers on television, pay-per-view, and he would have sold the event out. Mayweather, I think he would have done good numbers on pay-per-view, but he most likely wouldn't have sold the event out. So I think in 2024, what's going to end up happening is the guy that can be a global superstar, I think that's going to be your guy who's going to be the face of boxing. Now, I know Canelo Alvarez is the front runner for that because he's not from America and he's already pretty much a global superstar along with guys like Tyson Fury. But I don't think Tyson Fury does great numbers in the U.S. He always going to do better numbers overseas than he does in the U.S. So, I can never give it to him because he doesn't do great numbers over here. So, I think the guy who can solidify himself as a global superstar the way that Manny Pacquiao did it, then you're going to have that guy pretty much be the face of boxing. So, for now, I think it's going to be between Gervonta Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, and perhaps a name that I'm not mentioning right now. You know, that could be somebody who sneaks their way onto the list, depending on who that is. Maybe Tyson Fury, maybe somebody else. Perhaps Errol Spence, shocks the world in the rematch. But I think there's potential for somebody to become a global superstar next year, especially with the Showtime sports situation. If PBC ends up going with like a Fox, or I'm hearing Amazon, if they get a new deal with another TV network and it puts them on regular television, that's when I think you're going to see somebody truly blow up. Because if you're getting those fights for free, or perhaps they move over to ESPN, I don't know. But if you're getting those fights for free, that's when you're going to have somebody truly blow up and truly be the face of boxing.
Never been really a money type of guy. I put a great emphasis on it from a broke background. So I never really had great emphasis. I never really learned the art of handling money as a kid. That's an art. That's why only a few people maintain it, because it's an art, and I never possessed it at that time.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Sure. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tube, so holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is flockofcards@gmail.com. And we on Manny.
Come on. Riding in the old school, switching lanes. G's in the hood, trying to pitch the cane. I'm a young nigga trying to get the change. Niggas need money, long live the game. Real niggas getting money on the block, putting in work like they on the clock. See me in the hoods that's known to pop, chilling, waiting on my cell phone to stop. Ringing off the hook, now I need a new phone call. Hit her with some soft and she keep a nigga on hard. But y'all ain't the hard type. Y'all chicks acting like niggas, y'all die.
Late night outside where the G's be pitching. Got weed, got crack, we be selling these bitches. I'm trying to get that guap, so I'm all the way with it. I ain't bullshitting with you, watch
go deep, mommy.
Handle your business. Yeah. I handle my business.
Get it in, move it out.
I'ma handle my business.
Now here's how it goes when I'm back in town. I walk up in the club with a black and mild. Grab a thick dame, turn that ass around. Tell her if you ain't no better, ask around. Got the number one fly nigga pound for pound. Let the clear disappear, then I down the brown. And you might see me rolling up, shotgun in the ride, and I'm rolling up. Then I'm blowing funk, then I'm posted up, standing next to a car with an open trunk. CDs for the 5, and you know we bump. Willie wheel on the track, then the stack greenback.
Late night outside where the G's be pitching. Got weed, got crack, we be selling these bitches. I'm trying to get that guap, so I'm all the way with it. I ain't bullshitting with you, watch me handle my business.
Don't sleep, just eat, nigga.
Handle your business.
No teeth, go deep, mommy.
Handle your business. Yeah. I handle my business.
Get it in, move it out.
I'ma handle my business.
I'm 965, no cruise control. Playing my own shit like dude is cold. A lot of niggas hustle then lose the dough. Be careful in the streets, you can lose your soul. I stay high, but I never use my nose. Live life like a blockbuster movie road. Niggas love me from Maine to Spain. I told y'all niggas I changed the game. It's Lucas Keys, back on that new shit. Dope like 8 balls, you don't shoot pool with. Flow wet like I threw it in the pool with. No life jacket, still floating on some cool shit.
Late night outside where the G's be pitching.